The sous chef at this one-star restaurant is Mathieu Otto.
Do you change? No, you turn it off.
For a year and a half, he went through all the selections to represent France at the Bocuse d'Or, one of the world's most prestigious gastronomy competitions.
Sauerkraut in the middle.
At the age of 35, this man from Sarreguemines has carved out a small local reputation for himself by working with local produce.
Potatoes. Being able to make dishes that you love, that you enjoy eating with your family and sharing. My origins lie in my grandmother's cooking, the one I love, from my grandfather, who was a fan of vegetable gardening. He passed on to me his passion for vegetables and his respect for the product.
He's been dreaming about the competition for 15 years, since he entered culinary school.
When people talk to us about the Bocuse d'Or, I thought it was already making us dream. However, I'm sure that everyone in my class, and even today's high school students, thought that would be nice, that would be cool. But some of them have probably forgotten about it or thought that's not for me. And it's always been in the back of my mind. And it puts a little spice back into this side of the kitchen.
In a few weeks' time, he'll be up against candidates from all over the world, all trained to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Argentina.
L'Australie. 24 nations.
Belgium.
And 2 days of competition. In front of an audience of 2,000 fans. Months of training for a 5.5-hour event. All of them must make a vegetable chartreuse as a starter. And a rack of veal as a main course. To decide between them, an armada of referees. 26 gastronomy professionals who assess aesthetics, taste, and skills. Behind the friendly atmosphere. A battle between stables of champions with colossal budgets. Facing the French from Sarreguemines, the Americans from Napa Valley in California, the defending champions, pulled out the big guns. A Michelin 3-star chef, Matthew Kirkley, 35. The competition is so important to him that he sold his San Francisco home to be closer to his training center. He's also sent his wife and daughter to stay with his mother-in-law for 3 weeks to focus.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, I'm tired, and how's my little girl?
She's with mommy now.
She's giving her a manicure for her birthday. Violet would like to show you the results. You'll have to call them on video.
Yes, that would be nice, but I'm driving now. I'll call him later. I love you, I miss you.
Okay, I love you.
It's not easy for family life, but we're in the last stretch.
His HQ? The kitchens of the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America. He trains there 14 hours a day with a team of 10 people. How are they doing? All are employed for 18 months by a private foundation that paid 3 million euros to win the Bocuse d'Or. An army of little hands under the orders of chef Robert Sulatiki. This day, real-time training.
Parsley, here we go.
Do you have the lemon juice with you? Not yet.
I won't tell you twice.
Oui, chef.
Because if we're already late here, we might as well stay home.
Robert was already the winning candidate's coach 2 years ago.
The oysters, the oyster mousse.
Time task, a short and precise order.
30 seconds.
It's like being in the Marines.
8 minutes out of 15.
Chartreuse is starting now.
Mathieu has 20 minutes to prepare this seafood tartare with tarragon, which will be used to make his chartreuse, a vegetable and shellfish cake.
You've got a 9-minute head start.
If Mathieu keeps up... Come on, Mimi, hurry up. The 24-year-old assistant who will go to Lyon with him struggles with the decoration. A fake eggshell reconstituted with rye. And a mixture of green thumbs called salade pastorale. According to Jordan, the assistant coach, Mimi is 12 minutes late.
How many do I need again?
Sorry?
How many do I need?
16 and 16.
I need 2 plates of 16.
Plan extra every time. That way we can remove what's broken. We'll have to think of a new method. We've had to change the way we work lately. That's why she's late. She gets stepped on to get to the oven. The dishes weren't washed on time. We had to organize the space better. She's got to remember all this new organization. If she has to pee too bad, she doesn't think about it. She doesn't have the time.
Jordan and Mimi were already working with Mathieu at a 3-star restaurant in San Francisco. They all quit to prepare for the competition. A year and a half of work for an undisclosed salary, paid by the foundation. The subtleties of the recipe are also secret. We were only allowed 1 hour of filming. Americans fear spying. Apart from his daily training sessions, Mathieu leads the life of an ascetic. The title of best chef in the world would be the crowning glory of a faultless career. Born in Baltimore on the east coast of the United States, the son of a blue-collar worker, Mathieu did not do well at school. He discovers cooking by chance at the age of 15.
My father told me to get a move on and find a job. So I ended up as a dishwasher in a small restaurant. And one evening I was asked to help out in the kitchen. I immediately fell in love with the job. I loved the energy and effort it demanded. And it felt good to be supervised. I felt much better in the kitchen than at school.
2 years of cookery school, then his first job as a chef, first in brasseries, then in palaces. In 2015, he is in charge of a fish restaurant in San Francisco and makes a name for himself with highly aesthetic creations. Flounder rolled in vegetable slices and cancel butter, cod with English peas and wormwood, mussels with bacon cannelloni style. Last year, Mathieu wins big, 3 stars, just before resigning.
At the restaurant, I only had a few hours a week to create new dishes. I also had to manage suppliers, staff and service, and all the preparation beforehand. I really wanted to devote myself solely to creation, without any other barrier. And that's what the Bocuse d'Or is all about.
I'll cut them in half again. Creativity. The best weapon for Mathieu, who doesn't have the same resources at his disposal. He trains in the back kitchen of the restaurant. His employer authorizes him to rehearse during working hours. With Louis, an assistant.
White wine, garlic, shallots.
While the American has 4 months of intensive training, Mathieu will soon only have 3 weeks in Paris. He is fine-tuning an element of the garnish.
It's thick.
A cylinder made of dough, he'll fill with an Alsatian curiosity.
Those are what? I'm not from here. I don't have the right pronunciation yet.
In addition to these Bocuse plätzl, horseradish balls, a plant with peppery notes, the Alsatian wasabi.
This is a horseradish cream that I put in the freezer. This is a glaze made with clear veal juice, very clear, almost translucent. And in it, we put parsley puree. So it's going to give us that slightly marbled effect, because that's what the Bocuse d'Or is all about. The garnishes have to be shiny, generous, and gourmet. What's interesting about this kind of garnish is that you're pretty free. You just have to be imaginative and try to do what you really want.
2 hours work for this garnish alone. If the aesthetics please the cook, the taste still needs to be improved.
I think the tile with the onion and the bouvet is really in the spirit of what needs to be done. It's all about seasoning and adjusting.
Mathieu doesn't have much time to devote to his family and friends.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few days before he leaves for Paris for his final rehearsals.
It's terrine and beer night.
We've got everything we need to be happy. Super. Oh.
Anne, his little sister, also a mechanic, would never have imagined that this inveterate food enthusiast since childhood would one day be tempted by the refinements of haute gastronomy.
When my mother cooked on Sundays from time to time, we'd ask questions, how she did it, we'd watch, but otherwise cooking was more about eating than cooking.
Cheers. Thanks to all of you. Cheers. In Paris, he will meet with a team of professionals who will make him rehearse in real-life conditions.
Loud music. For 3 intensive weeks at a cooking school, you have to get used to working in noise just like on D-Day. Alongside the Moselle candidate, a coach, Romuald Fascinet, 1-star chef.
That's good. Come on.
Romuald is paid as a consultant, thanks to funding from food industry sponsors, who pay out 500,000 euros to support the Frenchman throughout his training. A second coach, Johan Chapuis, supervises the hygiene and organization of the kitchen, which will count for 20% of the score. He has even set up 4 cameras on the work surface.
When we do the debriefs, we can prove it to them. Ah, well, I did that. No, you didn't. Look. And it helps to keep the work surface organized and clean, even if it's a plate. Right now, I can see that his spatula is upside down. Is it serious if the spatula is upside down? A judge in the box, why is it upside down? For us, that's the big detail.
To spice things up, 6 renowned chefs pay them a visit. They have volunteered to advise the tricolor cult.
No, he's wasting an awful lot of time, and he's like that, the spatula. See, that's what we did in the beginning.
Hot, hot!
Mathieu is not impressed. He finishes both dishes on time.
Bring me the cutting board, please.
The result is quite different from his restaurant's sauerkraut.
Wait. We're good to go.
Chartreuse of oyster mousse and coal-fired cauliflower with oyster jelly pearls. And those famous Bocuse plätzl with horseradish, to accompany a haute couture handbag-style rack of veal.
Super. Excellent.
This is really interesting, yeah.
The horseradish adds freshness to the dish.
With these creations, the French are hoping to get more than 5th place like they got 2 years ago.
Mathieu,
It's been the juice great.
Really? Thank you.
D-Day 5:30 in the morning. Each team brings its own utensils. For the rest, the competitors are on equal terms. Ovens and fridges are provided. The products come from the same wholesaler, the scallops, as well as the rack of veal.
Guys, don't put anything on top.
3-star American chef Mathieu and his team arrived in Lyon a week ago to recover from jet lag. They flew in their equipment by cargo plane. How are you feeling, Robert?
I'm okay.
Not too stressed?
A little. It's great to be back here. This is the 12th time.
20 minutes to go.
Let's go.
Each team is assisted by a French and an English-speaking student. Teams are drawn by lot. Julian, a culinary arts graduate, is going to work with the Americans.
you stop when I tell you to. You clean the utensils and put them back. Don't mix these up. This is a measuring cup. Are you happy, Julian? 10 minutes.
This is a unique moment. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
On the right, Mimi, on the right. Okay, right.
5.5 hours of competition, without a break. Mathieu cuts the veal in front of an impressed jury. And his wife Lorraine, who's flown in from California on this occasion.
I've never seen anything like that. He's really very focused. To be honest, I was getting tired of hearing about it. But when you see the result, it's very impressive.
As for Mathieu, he can count on the support of his colleagues. Until the final whistle. Right on schedule. It's now up to the Americans to reveal the secret they've been keeping. A chartreuse rosette with vegetable petals. The deliberations of the 26 jurors promise to be surprising. On the top step of the podium, Denmark. With this chartreuse of green apples, Romanesco cabbage and scallops. Mathieu ended up in 6th place. His Buwes-Plätzle were deemed too simple. But he still won the prize for the most beautiful starter.
A lot of great things have happened to us, and great meetings with my coaches, with everything. It was a really exceptional 2 days. All I can say is thank you again to Mr. Paul for creating this competition, because it's been a real thrill.
A cold shower for the Americans, however. Mimi and Mathieu came 9th. Nice technique, but lacks flavor.
How are you?
I'm fine. I did my best, but I wasn't happy with myself anyway.
Do you think you've made any mistakes?
Non.
Then you did a good job.
Mathieu heads back to San Francisco to look for a new position as a restaurant chef.
This is good. This is good. Okay, I'll start with the heavy ones.
Watch out, hot ahead. When Guillaume and his entourage arrive in the kitchen, it's a bit of a landing.
So for now, we'll put everything on the end.
Food processors,
And then we'll spread out.
3 crates containing an arsenal of utensils,
Bowl, chocolate bowl.
and a precious cooler with ingredients weighed to the gram. Mango and passion fruit pulp, sugar, peanuts, and cocoa beans. This young pastry prodigy is about to compete in the final of the French Dessert Championship.
So I begin.
Before the battle, final instructions to the young apprentice drawn at random to assist him.
And you come, you place the circle, the same way I ask. We're going to war. War. It's 5 hours of war. We're not here to amuse ourselves, but the pressure's on.
Guillaume has been preparing for this contest for 8 months.
Okay, well, this is the day that's going to pretty much define the next 10 years. I think for everyone here, the championship is like a tremendous springboard.
Facing Guillaume, another candidate. The hopefuls of French pastry making. They are students at the Lycée Hôtelier or apprentices in restaurants. They're hoping to win a title that will open the doors to the finest establishments. During a 5-hour competition, they have to concoct 2 desserts. An improvised creation using surprise ingredients.
You have 15 seconds left.
And a personal creation. The end of months of work. Among the candidates, Colin, 19 years old.
Careful with that. Yeah, when you're leaning up there.
She didn't expect to be selected for this grand final and will have to fight her worst enemy, stress.
Jeez. Screw it. Come on, we've got to go. We've got 15 minutes left. You're free to go.
To decide between the candidates, 20 gastronomy professionals. At their head is Emmanuel Renaud, a 3-star chef.
That's it. We're in another minute.
In a few hours, they'll elect the next French junior dessert champion. Preparing for this competition has turned Guillaume's life upside down. A few days before the event, breakfast with Emmeline, who shares his life.
The last time I made jam, I made apricot caramel.
Son of a teacher and a computer engineer, Guillaume fell into pastry making by chance. But in recent months, his girlfriend has seen him transform.
He's changed completely. He's much more passionate about pastry now. I find that at the very beginning, even if you were already, I think you're more motivated than before.
Both obtained their degree in culinary engineering from the same hotel school in Alsace. The couple now dream of working in a palace on the French Riviera.
Madame loves the south and the sun. If I send a CV with Guillaume Dufresne, degree plus honors, that's fine. But Guillaume Dufresne, degree plus honors, plus good results at the French Dessert Championship is much better. Maybe I won't even need to send in a CV. Maybe people will come straight to me. I don't know.
Emmeline isn't the only one backing Guillaume for the competition. Behind him, an entire restaurant has rallied behind him. A restaurant in Strasbourg's historic center. A 1-star gastronomic establishment, renowned for its lobster with Alsace cream. Or its Arctic char with snails, crayfish sauce. Emmeline has been hired as a commise de cuisine.
Hello, chef.
Guillaume, on the other hand, is on a sandwich course. 3 weeks here, and 1 week at school, where he's doing a year's specialization in restaurant desserts.
Are we all set for lunch?
Fabien Rau, the restaurant's chef, decided to coach him to become a champion.
Right then.
He's training his colt for the dreaded mystery basket test.
Here's your basket for today.
He has assembled a dozen ingredients, with which Guillaume has 3 hours to invent a dessert.
I think you'll be able to bring different textures, different temperatures.
And some of them are confusing. Dehydrated porcini mushrooms. And hey, a choice that owes nothing to chance. The chef has done his homework.
Come on, you got 2 minutes left.
These are Emmanuel Renault's favorite ingredients. President of the jury.
He's someone who works a lot with forage products. So mushrooms and hay are really products he uses in his daily cooking. So maybe to throw the candidates off balance a bit, he'll call on what he likes to work with. So maybe it'll work, yes. 2 p.m. you start.
After the statutory 15 minutes for reflection, Guillaume takes the plunge. He infuses the hay to make an ice cream. Then he invents a chocolate ganache with porcini mushrooms.
You can smell it inside. It's very tasty.
The gestures are precise. This is the 7th time Guillaume has trained here in real-life conditions. He moves fast. In this small room, he has everything at hand. But on the day of the competition, he'll have to run between the ovens and fridges of a gigantic kitchen. So the chef adds a handicap.
Do you know the rule? No. Do you know the rule here?
At regular intervals to waste his time, he forces Guillaume to go up and down the stairs.
The chef and his traps. I think it's going to last from the first training session to the last. Last time he had asked me to turn off the freezer, which I absolutely need so that it freezes in time.
Guillaume starts the most delicate part of his recipe, making ultra-thin chocolate circles.
Careful with the chocolate tube in the fridge, Hugo would be fragile.
An operation he intends to repeat on the big day.
For the moment, I'm working on my techniques just so I can bluff a little and say to myself, look, he's done this in such a short space of time, and so on. Anyway, I hope they'll be able to see how hard I've worked.
3 hours later, it's time for the dressage. In the chocolate frame, a small layer of crumble. The porcini ganache, a circle of hay ice cream.
5 minutes, go, go, go.
And a lemon pear brunoise.
Ready, shall we? All right, come on, let's go.
The whole thing covered with a disc of sugar.
So that means you're sending it a minute early.
To assess his apprentice's work. The establishment has brought in professionals from Strasbourg's gastronomic world to play the role of judge. An idea from Cédric Mulot, the restaurant's owner.
You don't feel it too much. You don't feel it enough. I'm guessing. It's a bit subtle, actually.
An investment that's not completely disinterested.
He'll represent the house. Maybe we'll be able to put his desserts on the menu, let our customers enjoy them, tell a story and say, here we have a young man who won a competition, and here's the result. And I repeat, the level is top-notch.
Overtrained, congratulated. Guillaume is hoping to make mincemeat with the other candidates. 1,000 kilometers away, another establishment is also preparing its protégé for the competition. The Anne de Bretagne restaurant, one of the few 2-star restaurants in Loire-Atlantique.
Chef, the tiles, if I put them back in the oven for 30 seconds, they'll soften a bit.
Colline is less confident than Guillaume.
They're all broken, they're all hard, so they all break.
Put them back in for 2 minutes.
After her degree, a year ago, this passionate pastry chef landed an apprenticeship at this prestigious establishment.
I called a lot. I sent lots of emails. I did everything I could to show that I was motivated and that I wanted to come. In the end, it stuck.
She is practicing for the competition's other event, the personal dessert. She chose to work with a surprising ingredient, butternut. A squash, often relegated to making soups and purees.
It's a bit like the vegetable of my childhood. We used to go to Grandma's on Sundays. We'd make butternut soup. She had a big garden, so it was the butternut from the garden, so it was a bit... Yeah, those are my memories. But it's true that it's a risk. Some people are going to stumble. Some people are going to say no. Nonsense. You don't put a vegetable in a dessert. But on the other hand, it can be the little thing that makes people say, oh, she's dared to put a vegetable in there. I hope she did it right.
Colleen wants to present a butternut mousse with an exotic fruit coulis to the jury. Caramelized pecans. And tuiles in the colors of her favorite vegetable.
With your sleeves, you're sure to drop a tile. You'll come within a centimeter every time. Roll up your sleeves.
Jérémy Boussier, the restaurant's pastry chef, won't let her out of his sight.
You see, it's super liquid. It's no more dots.
The big contest is days away. There's still some work to be done. The day before the test, Colleen has an important appointment.
Careful, I'll bring back the leg of lamb.
A family lunch with her grandparents.
How are you? Yes, love, Grandma. How are you?
Hello?
Coming
His
through.
butternut squash suppliers.
Is this the butternut you brought from the garden?
Yeah, it's huge.
If I don't win with it?
It's a sign that we're working well in the garden. We're making soup, we're making puree, we're doing everything with the butternut. We haven't made a cake yet, but we think Colleen will teach us.
At Colleen, cooking is a family passion. Her mother ran a restaurant for many years. And her stepfather is a caterer. Very young, Colleen flourished behind the stove. And as a teenager, she began organizing Come Dine With Me.
We'd go away, leave the house to her, and come back. We'd have a decorated table and a dinner. Prepared. And we'd give notes, we'd give our opinion.
Come what may. That's me, that's me. It's a great experience. We're keeping our fingers crossed.
That's it. The next morning,
They're all snowed in.
Colleen arrives in Grenoble, where the dessert championship finals are being held. She is accompanied by one of her teachers. The young apprentice is anxious.
I eat in the morning, but I have to admit that my stomach's in knots right now. But I'll try to eat a little.
A few meters away, Guillaume, the man from Strasbourg, he's also under escort, with his teacher and Michelin-starred chef. Fabien coaches him right up to the last minute.
You can pour it over the desserts.
But I'm thinking about it tonight. I think if you put your induction hob in the bottom, it might be dangerous. I'm telling you with your ladder, if you take out a plate or something, and at the moment you hit one of your pans.
My boss likes to think during the night. So in the morning he's there, he's lazy, but that's what I just thought of during the night. But that's good because during the night I sleep, I don't move.
Guillaume and Colleen meet up with the other 6 candidates. First test, the mystery basket.
First of all, you're going to be at the...
In turn, they'll discover the ingredients they'll have to cook. All the same.
I want you to make me a gourmet dessert with meringue, with cream, with fruit, and then some Saint-Gilles pralines, which are also a local praline.
No porcini or hay. Quite the opposite, in fact. A disconcertingly simple theme. Meringue and red fruit. Guillaume is taken aback. No trace of his favorite ingredient.
It's done. Well?
Chocolate.
It's done. It has to be, it has to be.
Here we go. For a 5-hour marathon. Guillaume shows a crumble, strawberry sorbet, and chartreuse.
I'll let you do your drawing.
And an Italian meringue.
Tac. Tac, tac, tac. I like it. Why don't you make me a little clean on the counter, please? Yes. Come on, don't give up.
Behind him, Colleen takes her turn at her surprise preparation. She's making thin meringue sticks. Pilotti that will support a sablé and a blackcurrant mousse. But when it comes out of the oven, disaster struck. The baking was a failure. Colleen throws everything in the garbage can. She has to start all over again.
Yeah, you got some eggs left. Fuck, I don't have enough sugar. This you keep warm. 30 grams of egg white. 35 grams of egg white. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Colin uses all the leftover sugar to make the meringue again. For the rest of her recipe. So for the next step, the sablé. She uses pink pralines instead.
Is it good or not?
No time to change anything. 8 minutes left. Time to set the plates. On the meringue pilote, the blackcurrant cookie is precariously balanced.
I move. Yourself, that's it. Please go gently, gentlemen and ladies. It's perfect.
The dessert goes to the tasting room. In the jury, Pierre Marcolini, world pastry champion. In the end, the lack of sugar works in Colin's favor.
What's great is that it's not very sweet, so it's not sickening. On the other hand, are we on topic? No. There's just a little bit of meringue, whereas the main subject was meringue.
Colin is playing for all it's worth in the second round. Her personal butternut squash dessert.
Afterwards, I know it, so... Normally, it'll have fewer hitches.
It's all right, Laurent. It was tidied up.
For Guillaume, too, it's the home stretch.
Then we can start laying out the plates. Okay, that's fine.
He assembles the 6 layers of the creation he's rehearsed 100 times.
I missed. No, sorry. It's just a second. You'd better watch out.
He calls it chocolate peanut alchemy and exotic hatching.
Let's go. The service. Let's stop. It's good, it's good. It's going, it's going. Here we go.
Guillaume's preparation is about to pay off.
It's a crazy job. There are restaurants that don't serve this. And I'll tell you, I'll be very honest with you, I'm not even sure that at his age, I'd have managed to do this.
As for Colin's butternut squash, will it please the jury?
Yes, there is. A pretty bold move. It's a nice ride. When you read the dessert, I want it to keep telling its story. That's what I'd say.
The day after?
So for the bronze dessert, Thomas Paul.
Bronze for the candidate from Nice. Silver for Lozère. First place still up for grabs.
I won't keep them waiting. Gaël.
The Parisian candidate wins with his pineapple dessert and chia and linseed tuile.
Well?
Good.
Guillaume finishes 5th.
Yes, yeah, we knew it, yeah.
His Italian meringue didn't live up to its promise.
I was a bit disappointed, of course. I had high expectations of my result. There were a lot of people counting on me, who had invested in me, and I would have preferred to put in a better performance.
Colleen finished second last. She was punished by the jury for returning one of her desserts late.
In fact, it's just that I think about all the investment that went into it.
After the hours I've spent, at least that's the first few minutes. I'm like that now, but I'll be there in 2 hours. I'll be glad I got there.
Colleen won't be able to take part again next year. Candidates can only take part once. In the French Dessert
It's 4:15 or something. I hope not later. I think it might be 4:20.
Did you sleep well, Marie?
That's a question you shouldn't ask today. No, I didn't sleep too much. I mean, I didn't sleep at all. I redid my copy last night.
Marie Vai, 21 years old, doesn't hide her stress. Today, she's participating in the renowned baking contest and aiming for the top spot. The test takes place at the Nantes Exhibition Center.
Hello.
After passing her baccalaureate at the age of 15 and a half and studying law for 2 years, Marie decided to take a baker's degree and decided to excel.
Let me ask you a question. We don't have a big bucket to fill our water for tradition.
Some tubs have arrived by now.
For this ever-anxious perfectionist, accepting our camera was very complicated.
You're going to stay here and in the cubicle. You're not going to talk to me during the test.
No, I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen, candidates, it's 5 o'clock and you can start work.
These are baker's hours for a competition that lasts 8 hours non-stop.
It's a mess.
The contest is a springboard for employment. The jury is made up of 6 professionals, 3 French workers, including the best. Of the 24,000 young apprentices in this sector, it's the elite who face off that day. 12 finalists out of 100 candidates.
I forget.
Facing Marie, Maxence Renard, 19 years old. For him, the path was clear. He was trained by his uncle, a baker.
That having a competition like that means you can go anywhere.
Guillaume Matou, the youngest in the competition. Only 17 years old.
Is it possible to obtain a few additional black plates, or is that not feasible? Okay, thanks.
Between stress, pressure, respecting the stopwatch, and running into accidents, the candidates are going to have to outdo themselves.
Don't rush, don't run. That's how you hurt yourself when you run.
At a time when the profession is struggling to recruit, 21,000 positions to be filled today in the bakery industry. These fervent youth are the future. They defend the nobility of a profession where you don't have to be afraid of getting up early. D-Day -9. Guillaume, the youngest of the candidates, sets off to rehearse under exam conditions. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
After that, it's a matter of rhythm, and then it's a matter of getting used to it. I'm motivated, passionate.
Guillaume has been training hard for 8 months. He is an apprentice in this artisan bakery, one of the 33,000 in France. He takes advantage of days when the bakery is closed to take exams.
First, I have to start kneading the croissant. Then, 15 minutes later, I have to start the artistic piece. After that, I have 45 minutes to detail, shape, and so on. Every 15 minutes, I have something to do.
Willing, courageous. Guillaume left school in the 8th grade, but went on to do a series of work placements in bakeries. After a vocational training certificate, he began another one. A vocation is born.
How does it feel to be the youngest in the competition?
It puts a bit of pressure on me. But afterwards, I'd like to say that if you train hard and give it your all, there's nothing impossible. I like the spirit of competition. I've been playing rugby for 11 years, and that's not what scares me.
At the competition, candidates are assessed on presentation and hygiene, but also on the creation of a pièce montée. This represents 30 points out of 200.
The structures are quite delicate, and you really have to be calm and shake as little as possible while standing up straight.
It's almost like goldsmithing. This artistic piece is not edible. It's dead dough, made from rye and syrup without yeast. It's used to make solid decorative shapes.
So here we have a wine glass, a barrel.
In Poe's theme, the candidates region, Guillaume shows Bordeaux, where he apprenticed for 2 years. End of training. His boss Julien and 2 of Guillaume's friends, apprentice bakers, come to check the papers.
How are things? Fine. And you? How did it go? Yes, fine. Well, that's good. Big positives there. Yeah, good. How's it going? No, much better. The buns with the head aren't quite distinct enough from the body. And there are a few puffy bursaries here. It's the slightly excessive fermentations. But the crown is not round enough. You can see the squares here. As a result, it lacks consistency.
Guillaume is in his first year of a vocational training certificate. For his training, he chose to join the Compagnon du Devoir. He is housed in this boarding school in Nantes. Approximately 110 youths dwell here. This association of craftsmen promotes mutual aid and the transmission of know-how, and still obeys rituals inherited from the Middle Ages, when the first journeyman communities appeared.
Good evening, Louis. To participate as a journeyman, it is required to wear closed shoes and pants without holes. Additionally, the polo shirt needs to be tucked into the pants with the collar closed. So we all have to be neatly dressed, even if we're just getting off work. I think it's a very good tradition. Yeah, it's a bit old school, but you soon get used to it.
In this refectory, with its Hogwarts atmosphere, Guillaume meets bricklayers, plumbers, and landscapers. All have their own little name.
Because there were all these folds. Would you like some water, Ile-de-France?
Champagne? Finished with the Vosgien potatoes? Vosgien, Champagne, Ile-de-France, Languedoc, Normandie. I don't know them all.
They call each other by our provincial names. What's your name?
Here, Norman, because I'm from Normandy.
Basically, in the old days, it was so that our companions wouldn't be wanted by the police, so they called themselves by provincial names. That way, the gendarmerie couldn't find them.
Why were they wanted by the police?
Because they created an association, and associations weren't recognized at the time.
Every year, the Compagnon du Devoir train 10,000 young people throughout France. Once they've graduated, everyone finds a job. Training is free. Apprentices pay 650 euros a month for room and board. Guillaume combines a day's work with evening classes. Hello. French, English, and maths that day from 8 to 10.
Well, it's a bit of a rhythm to get into, but it's okay. Often you go to your room at night, watch a series until midnight, then forget to watch a series. So you go to class and then you're there to learn. So that's the way it is. You have to get used to it. I chose to stay with the companions, so I agreed to go to evening classes.
What's the point of doing squared equations?
As a baker, do I have to answer honestly? Nothing. Even if he doesn't necessarily need maths in his job, he's obliged to follow general education to have a certain level. Because he'll always need it. No matter what he wants to do next, set up his own business or whatever. He'll need management, he'll need mathematics in itself. So it'll come in handy at the end of the day.
Tomorrow morning, Guillaume will get up again at 5 o'clock to take his 10th mock exam. Competition in a week. Maxence takes a break between 2 training sessions.
How's everything going, little wolves? Perfect.
At 19, this hyperactive St. Lo native seems very sure of himself.
Yeah, perfect. I've got it under control, I swear. It's all good, I swear. Even the last exam,
It gives you confidence.
Guy, I did something crazy. I finished 40 minutes before the 8-hour timer. I did 8 hours, I finished 40 minutes early.
Maxence is the only one in his gang who doesn't go to university.
I woke up at 2:30 the night before. I worked 24 hours. I went to math college. So did I. I went to physics college. I'm at the university in Caen, in business. I never really enjoyed attending school. And then, all of a sudden, I got into it. And then I exploded, let's say, in quotation marks. I exploded.
Maxence fell into flour as a child. First pizza at the age of 5. First Paris Brest at 14. He started taking caps in pastry and chocolate making at 15, then shifted to baking. A competition beast. In just 1 year, he won the departmental and regional gold medal for Best Apprentice. And Maxence has a lot to live up to. A grandfather and uncle who are bakers, a cousin who makes chocolates, and a restaurateur father. His father, Alexandre, couldn't see him choosing any other path.
We've been restaurateurs since we were kids. The culinary professions are ours. He's wanted to do it since he was a kid, but originally he wanted to be a chef. It's funny, it's in the genes, I don't know.
It just comes, in fact, from seeing every day. And then, no, it just comes. And then, by dint of practicing that, and at some point you say to yourself, you can make a living out of it. And then when it comes by itself. And then after that, it's off on a long, long, long journey for a long, long time.
To prepare him for the competition, his parents sent him 1,000 kilometers from his native Normandy near Perpignan. In an old convent converted into a bakery and run by his uncle Henry.
Hello. Are you okay? I'm fine. Did you sleep? Yeah, fine. Always do. Feeling good? Good. Come on, come on, come on. Fit, ready to go. All right, let's do this for 8 hours.
A luxury coach. Henri Poch is Emhoff, best worker in France. The crème de la crème of bakers.
No, it's quite a short ferment because of the competition. So you add a little sauvignon to make up for a lightness in your product.
Maxence did a year's apprenticeship here. For the past 2 weeks, he's been rehearsing every day for the MAV with Uncle Moff.
Make me something fine. The last ones weren't very fine.
Intensive training also with Quentin, his cousin, Henry's son, also a baker. In this dynasty of culinary professions, the title of Best Apprentice in France is like a family obligation.
How's it going? Yeah, a little, yeah. A bit, a lot even. In the beginning, it's a bit of a drag. Let's face it. At first, it's months later, at some point, after a lot of let them say it. But after a while, it's okay. It doesn't go away. And then
it motivates me.
Pressure, but also ambition. Maxence intends to devour everything in the business.
Right now, I've got my 3 caps, which I need. After that, I'll carry on. After that, I'll go on to BTM, BP, and BM. I couldn't pass the MUF, as you mentioned earlier. Sometimes it works. Yeah, it's a dream. I couldn't get past the World Championship. Bakery, pastry, chocolate, too. I want to be really high level.
But before we get too close to the top, back to the day's trials, which were inconclusive. Uncle's verdict is rather harsh.
I need to...
This won't come off yet.
And you put it warm. I've never warmed pasta before. That's not good.
Ah, that's rotten.
He's not having a good time with you.
Yeah, that's normal.
I won't inform him that it's beneficial as it's actually unfavorable. It's not right. He's made mistakes. He's got 2 training sessions left, so it's true that he's going to correct all that. Yeah, you hear right. He's got to...
Yeah, they don't have time for that now.
The competition? There's another candidate who didn't inherit the bakery. But there were other facilities. Marie Weil, 21 years old, was a precocious child. Baccalaureate with honors at 15 and a half, 2 years of law studies, a remarkable career in the race to become France's best apprentice.
There are quite a few, in fact, but this one is good. It must be well annotated, too, with all my index cards. There are histories of institutions as well as private law and constitutional law. I still sometimes dive in.
Marie dreamed of being an examining magistrate, but she's a natural worrier. Exams at university used to panic her, so she radically changed direction.
The more stressed I was about finals, the more I cooked. And there came a point, in fact, when I was far too stressed to make any headway to be productive. So I turned to pastry making because I used to make a lot of cakes when I was stressed and so on. I liked it and entered 2 competitions. It worked out well, and one thing led to another, and I ended up in the bakery, and then the bakery, it was perfect. Frankly, I never thought I'd stay in the bakery, and now I can't see myself going back into pastry making.
Unlike Maxence, Marie is sorely lacking in self-confidence.
It's still too small.
She too rehearses in the bakery where she's an apprentice on a Bakey Pro. She earns €1,000 net per month. But Marie is eternally dissatisfied. An ultra-perfectionist.
There's a discrepancy in the sheets that I don't like at all. They're horrible. No, well, you don't have to show them for that.
You can tell it's light.
This one is ugly. I can't avoid that. How much is this worth? This is better.
For me, it's golden. Then you can see.
For what?
To prepare for the competition, Quentin, her boss, provides her with the raw materials and lends her his professional equipment. But above all, he coaches her and tries to reassure her.
You have to work on the baking a little more, perhaps. In fact, you see it's really shining. Her strength is that she masters all the products, even if there's still room for improvement, but it's all down to details. We quibble about the straightness of the line, but that's also what makes the difference on the day of a contest. It's the details. After that, her weaknesses are perhaps being a little overwhelmed by stress.
I know that's really my weak point in the sense that I'm quite manic in my day-to-day life, but really very square, etc. But as soon as I'm stressed, I can get really messy, even though it's not my first nature at all. It's not as dry as it was at the beginning, the first ones. It's less dry than at the beginning, and it's softer. Well, that's the point. You can eat it.
I'll take some home then.
Yes.
Behind her smile, Leia, Quentin's wife Marie's boss, is worried about her apprentice.
Marie can't handle her stress. She can't handle it at all. Marie, she's a ticking time bomb. You have to... Don't let her crack. If she does, it's no good. But you can't leave her alone. Because if she doesn't win, I think she'll be picked up with a spoon.
Her bosses will visit her at the contest, but in secret. Marie has forbidden them to come so as not to be distracted.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
A rule she also imposed on her mother.
You're going to the competition.
Yes, that was our argument 3 days ago, so I'd really like to go. Marie doesn't want to at the moment.
I don't want to deal with her stress. I'm stressed out enough as it is. And then, I don't know. In fact, she doesn't put any pressure on me at all, but it would put extra pressure on me to know that she's watching me.
So yeah. She's not easy to change your mind.
Tenacious and stubborn.
Yeah.
I have a horrible temper.
Marie's conversion to baking.
I hope it's hot.
It wasn't a surprise to Celine, her mom and teacher. Marie has always been restless, afraid of getting bored.
In class, she wanted to be there first?
So she wasn't the first, but she was demanding, and she had to be fed. She had to be fed, above all. She had to be fed. You always had to have something new. Yes, I had her in class, and I can assure you that it was painful at the end of the year because she was galloping, and it was a real problem. She was galloping, and it was hard. It was hard for me as a mother and teacher, and that's that.
It's D-Day. 8 hours of competition begin.
Gentlemen, Group 2 candidates, it's 5:44. You may begin.
The 12 candidates for the title of France's best apprentice bakers are divided between 3 laboratories. They start every 3/4 of an hour in staggered order to avoid jostling at the oven. Marie is in Group 1, already panicking by an initial technical incident.
Excuse me, would it be possible to have a little help?
It's very simple, but I can't get the hook on the drum.
Thanks for your help. Baking isn't ready. I'd have to cancel in half an hour. I'm not sure that there are any products that can go off in half an hour, so we'll see.
Backstage, Maxence bides his time. The Moffet's grandnephew is in the group that goes last. More confident than ever.
I'm stressed.
Oh, no, it's true. Besides, it's not bullshit. No, I'm not stressed. Normally, I just wait for the start time and then go. No, there's no point in stressing. But normally, there's no danger of me that I won't make it.
Group 3, it's 6:30. You can start your working day.
Guillaume, on the other hand, has already been at work for 45 minutes.
I have to launch the frame. 8:15, okay. Shit.
The Benjamin of the competition, companion of duty, is already in trouble. He's fallen behind despite his flowchart and numerous real-time rehearsals.
We don't know the location and it's really difficult to adapt.
Parents got up at 4 in the morning to accompany him. Stephanie is a care assistant, Alain a professional fireman, and a fervent supporter of their son.
He's going to do it, he's prepared, and then he'll take part in a competition. He'll give it his best shot, and then the result will be there. That's what they say. He'll do it. It's going to do it. Personally, psychologically, and then... He's put in a lot of effort, so he needs to reward himself a little too, so that's good.
Stressed but confident. With the hours of training he's done and all, there's no reason for him to fail, but stressed.
For Marie,
slowly,
is the most delicate part of the competition. The assembly of the artistic piece, a Norman Dracker, in homage to her native region. Like a prayer to the Virgin Mary, Marie implores her bread dough.
Come on, glue, 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 glue.
The ship's sail is also made of bread dough, a technical feat.
I beg.
And then you put your number on it.
Marie seems to have managed her stress. Maxence, against all odds, seems more feverish.
Have you finished with the oven? Oh, you've still got more rugs to put in. Do you?
The young man complains about the traffic jam in the kitchen.
I finished at 2:30. I've got an hour and a half left. I haven't baked any bread. I've got nothing. And the organization's shit, too. Not happy. For a first competition? No, not really.
Maxence was used to the luxurious conditions in Uncle Henry's lab. Uncle Moff has come all the way from Perpignan to support him. He was reunited with an old friend, Pascal Teper, also a Moff, one of the members of the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group 1 candidates, you have 1 hour left to work.
The hours fly by, and 7-year-old Guillaume starts to lose his footing, beaten by the clock.
It's so fucking cold.
He is 30 minutes late and not happy with what he's done.
It's starting to piss me off. It takes me 3 fucking hours.
It doesn't cook because it's crap.
I'm going to start again.
It smells like shit. It's okay, sorry about that.
Are you thinking about your bread? So now you're over time. It's not a problem, I'm just saying easy, easy, easy. Ah, you're going too fast.
Guillaume is on the verge of giving up.
Hey, Guillaume.
But supported by his family and buddies, compagnon du devoir.
Go for it, Normandy. Come on, Guillaume. We're going to finish.
A matter of baker's honor. Guillaume finally finishes 45 minutes late. It's not eliminatory, but not keeping to the time will cost him a lot of points. Maxence and Marie finish on time.
I'm not trying hard, just writing it.
Now it's time for the jury parade and annotations. Despite his tardiness, Guillaume is seductive with his production.
His viennoiserie isn't ugly, it's beautiful. You'll see croissants like this, petits pains au chocolat in every store, in every bakery like this. It wouldn't be bad. I don't even know if 17 years ago I was doing this.
The jury notes the appearance, but also, of course, taste. Pascal, the moth juror, may be friends with Uncle Henri. Maxence doesn't get any special treatment.
For the viennoiserie, compared to the other candidates, there's a lack of mastery. It's not regular, it's not, that's it. The brioche is the same thing. It's heavy, it's compact. Afterwards, the piece is very beautiful, the buns are good. There are lots of little imperfections compared to some. He's underneath.
Marie's products, on the other hand, are eye-catching. That other one, the jury.
Something like this on a table, you can already taste it with your eyes. The peaks of the croissants, all very regular and very, very fine. For me, in viennoiserie, aesthetics and technique, we're at 9 out of 10.
The jury will now retire to deliberate. In the stands, families and trainers are worried. Only those candidates who score 18 out of 20 will be awarded the title of MAF.
The brioche, there was a problem with the kneading of the brioche. The last training he did was good, it passed, and here there are a few little details. That mean he won't reach 18? It's complicated.
It's complicated. But he's finished. But he's finished. He's done it, so we'll keep hoping.
Surprise for Marie. Her bosses, who were forbidden to come, are there.
All we can do now is wait. She's finally happy to see you. I think she was surprised.
Is happy.
Psychologically, it can be demeaning to lose. It's a failure when you don't win. It's part of the... But hey, Marie, maybe it'll be easy too. Yes, we're here. We're here to support her.
I wasn't expecting this. He told me there were too many roads. I told them there was too much road, and in the end, they told me it was pretty true. And when I turned my head, I saw their faces. And then I was rather surprised.
It's verdict time. On average, 40% of the applicants win the title. But some years, there are no winners at all.
Right? I think I've got it, don't you? I don't know.
Mademoiselle Élise Arnaud.
The ordeal will last a minute. No classification.
Raphaël Onomine.
The winners are announced in alphabetical order. Guillaume and Maxence will not be called.
Marie Vaille. And that's it. With creation.
Marie wins the coveted title, and a smile at last.
Congratulations to all the candidates. Thank you, everyone.
You tag at the end. Ooh, she tags at the end. You're used to it, aren't you?
Are you all right, Marie? We're fine. Well, it's all right. It goes. And you?
Yes, I've got it.
Her first phone call was to her mother, who had respected the interdiction to come. On arrival, 6 winners out of 12 candidates, including 5 girls. A result that reflects the feminization of the profession in recent years. With 30% of apprentices, female apprentices,